Adding a third dimension to your 2D game world can give you a whole new perspective. Parallax is a simulated 3D technique that game designers have been using since the earliest days of consoles and arcade machines. Parallax gives the illusion of depth to video games by moving sprites around the screen at different speeds. If you've ever looked out the window during a long car drive, you've seen parallax in action. Objects close to your car zip by very quickly, but objects that are far away barely seem to move at all. It's not hard to simulate this effect in Scratch with just a little math. This simple platformer game is pretty much ready to go, but I want to jazz it up with a parallax effect that makes the background change as my adventurous mountain goat climbs to the top of the mountain. The first thing we need to do is break the background image up into separate layers so each layer can move a little differently. Set up each layer of your project so its coordinates are 0, 0, right at the center of the screen. Position your objects inside the costume editor so they appear in the right location while still remaining at 0, 0. Since we're trying to simulate a 3D landscape, it's important that we nail down which objects are at the front of the screen and which are behind. I want a cloud to be floating in front of my mountain, so let's start by moving this one to the front layer. Next comes my goat character. He'll be able to move behind the clouds, but in front of everything else. Tell him to go to the front and then backward one layer. Next, we need to arrange our platforms, which will move back 2 layers. Our first mountain can go back 3 layers. Use this same method to position the rest of your layers in a way that makes sense visually. Now that everything is arranged, we can set up our parallax. As we climb higher up the mountain to get a better view, we're going to want the background objects to move down relative to our goat. Let's start with the front cloud layer, where we'll set our Y coordinate to constantly update itself by placing it in a forever loop. We want the cloud to react to what our goat is doing, so let's grab this reporter block from our light blue sensing blocks and set it to tell us our goat's Y position. Put this bubble into our Y position block, and now the cloud is matching our goat's movements. We actually want it moving in the opposite direction. Multiplying any number by -1 makes it its opposite. So let's put our reporter block inside of a multiplication block and set the value to -1. This looks great now, but let's tone down the movement a bit so it's a little more subtle. Let's create a new variable to track how much parallax we want to add to this object. Click the For This Sprite Only button so we can reuse this variable for our other sprites. We want our parallax movement to be just a fraction of our goat's Y value. So let's divide our current Y value by the parallax value. If we set the parallax value to 2, our cloud will move opposite to the goat's movements but half the distance. If we set the parallax to 3, it moves 1/3 of the distance. And a parallax of 4 makes it 1/4 of the distance, and so on. Play around with the parallax value until your object is moving the way you want. Try dragging your sprite to the top or bottom of your screen to see how it will move as the game progresses. Next, we need to duplicate the code by dragging our code stack over to our next sprite. Again, play with the parallax value until it looks good. The farther away your object is, the higher your parallax value should be. Repeat this for every background sprite except the sun, which is too far away to be affected by parallax. If you want the parallax to work horizontally as well as vertically, add a new line of code that matches your goat's x-coordinates using the same math. Tweak the numbers properly, and you can add a whole new dimension to all your game projects.
I feel the liftoff. The clock has started. Roger.